All right, pre-calc, last flipped lesson of Unit 6. So this is really going to be all about area of a triangle. Now it's not going to be that typical 1/2 base times height that we're going to use. We are going to use two different formulas, one specific to a side angle side triangle and one specific to a side 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 triangle. The other thing is we call these oblique triangles. Not really important, but just something to keep in mind. The first formula we have when we talk about a side angle side triangle is there's going to be three formulas, just like there is for law of cosines. They're essentially the same formula, just written three different ways depending on what you're given. So you can see them all right here, and you'll just notice that they only change based on which angle we have is then going to be two different sides for which it would be included in. Okay, angle alpha is always between B and C, gamma is always between sides A and B, and angle beta is always between sides A and C. So the angle is just 1/2 times the product of the two sides times the sine of our angle. So our first example here, you're given everything, so we just need to plug into our formula 1/2 times 8 times 6 times the sine of gamma. And if we plug that in, again making sure that you are in degree mode because we're in degrees, our area would be 12 units squared because area is always a square unit. Now sometimes just keep in mind, if the two sides you're given are not or if this is not in side angle side form, you may have to do a little bit of work. You may have to do law of sines or law of cosines to find whatever piece is missing. Okay, so the next type then to find the area of a side 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 triangle is something called Heron's formula. Again, name is not really important, just remembering the formula is. So it's big square roots S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where A, B, and C are the sides, and S is going to be equal to 1/2 of their sum. So you're just going to take all three sides, add them up, divide by 2, and then plug them into the formula. So our example here, we need to say 1/2 times 4 plus 5 plus 7, and if we plug that in, our S value is going to be 8. So our area formula we can plug in under our big square root. We're going to have 8 and then 8 minus 4 times 8 minus 5 times 8 minus 7. And if you plug that in to your formula, you would get 9.79 or 9.8 units squared. Okay, so those are really the only two things for how we find area of a triangle. And that is it for this lesson. Just make sure that you pay attention to detail and order of operations, especially when you do your Heron's formula. And make sure that you are in degree mode because we'll only be using angles in degrees.